My ex-wife abandoned our 10 and 7-year-old kids on my freezing porch in the winter so she could party with her boyfriend. She told me my kids weren't her problem. Now, she's facing criminal charges, stripped of custody, and completely bankrupt. I made sure she lost everything, and I don't feel a single ounce of guilt about it. We divorced a year ago. I make much more money than her. I pay a massive amount of alimony and child support. We shared custody evenly. I had a sudden business trip. I texted asking her to keep the kids for 3 extra days. She agreed instantly. I took screenshots of her consent. 2 days later, my phone rang. It was my 10-year-old son. His teeth were chattering. He said they were locked out of my empty house. The snow was falling heavy. They had been standing outside in the biting cold for 15 minutes. I started to panic. I called my ex-wife. I expected her to rush back and fix her terrible mistake. Instead, she let out an annoyed sigh. "They are your responsibility," she snapped. "It is technically your time." I begged her to turn the car around. I told her our children were freezing outside. She cut me off. "I have plans," she said. Then, the line went dead. She hung up on me. My hands were shaking. I frantically texted her, pleading for our kids' safety. She texted back one dismissive sentence. "I'm celebrating my 8-month anniversary with my boyfriend." She left them there to freeze. For 35 minutes, my kids huddled under one thin blanket on a frozen concrete step. I immediately called CPS. I explained the horrific situation. The police arrived within minutes. They securely drove my freezing kids to my parents' warm house out of town. Then, the cops went straight to my ex-wife's location. They arrested her for child negligence right on the spot. I slept like a baby that night. The next morning, I called my lawyer. I filed for emergency full custody. I legally halted all child support payments. When I returned, I sat my kids down. I told them they were staying with me permanently. My oldest son cried real tears of relief. That completely broke my heart. Then, the dark truth spilled out. For months, their mother had been systematically starving them. She forced them to eat plain, tasteless porridge for lunch and dinner. Every single day. No meat, no vegetables, no snacks, no toys. She told them it was for their health. She aggressively forbade them from telling me. She claimed she was broke. None of her pathetic math made sense. I paid her thousands of dollars. I logged into a mutual friend's account. I checked her hidden social media. My blood boiled. Her feed looked like a luxury travel influencer's page. VIP club nights, beach resorts, designer clothes. She wasn't broke at all. She was stealing our children's food money to wildly fund her brand new lifestyle. Later, her new boyfriend actually called my phone. He accidentally confessed the final sickening piece of the puzzle. My ex-wife was fully paying for his college tuition. She was deliberately using my child support as her personal sugar mommy fund while feeding my kids prison slop. She showed up uninvited at my front door. She was violently bawling her eyes out. She loudly begged me to drop the civil lawsuit. She cried hysterically about the looming criminal charges. "You are completely ruining my life," she sobbed. "I cannot afford a lawyer for all of this." I looked her dead in the eyes. I didn't feel a single ounce of pity. "Sounds like that's your responsibility," I said. I slammed the door right in her face. We went to court. She completely folded under the pressure. She voluntarily terminated all her parental rights because she couldn't afford the legal fees. Now, I have full custody forever. My kids are incredibly happy, safe, and finally eating real, delicious food. The judge completely destroyed her financially in the civil suit. She ruined her own life out of pure greed. She owes me a massive pile of money. Her boyfriend dumped her. Her luxurious clubbing days are permanently over.